So tonight, Wednesday the 25th of January, is Burns Night. It's a Scottish tradition which is held on Robert Burns' birthday, and it's a night to celebrate his life. Robert Arabi Burns was a famous Scottish poet, and you might recognise some of his works such as Auld Lang Syne, To a Mouse, Tam O'Shanter and Red Red Rose. Burns Night was first celebrated in 1801 by his friends in Alloway in Ayrshire, and it was on the 5th anniversary of his death, and it was to celebrate his life, and that's where it all started. To celebrate Burns Night, people hold or attend a Burns supper, which usually goes a little something like this. So first of all, there's a piper that welcomes the guests and pipes them in for the entrance, and some smaller events would probably play some like traditional Scottish music, but usually there's like a piper that pipes everybody in for the entrance. At the beginning, the host or the chair welcomes everybody, says a few words, introduces the guests, entertainment, etc. And then everyone sits and the Selkirk Grace is said, which is a wee prayer in tribute to Rabbie Burns. So I'm going to read it out because it is 4 lines, so it's really short. Bear with me here, I have never read it like this before. Here we go. So this is the Selkirk Grace. Some hae meat and canna eat, and some would eat that want it. But we hae meat and we can eat, and say the Lord be thank it. So after the Selkirk Grace, it's the exciting part that everybody looks forward to, and that is piping in the haggis. Oh yeah, if you don't know what haggis is, apart from it being a wild creature that lives in the Highlands, it's like Scotland's national dish. It's sheep's heart, liver and lungs, usually encased in the sheep's stomach. Like, it sounds gross, but it is actually really nice. Like, it's flavoured with like onions and spices and stuff as well. It's not just like heart, lungs, liver. Oh, it is nice. There's a procession, the piper, a chef and the person who's going to address the haggis, which is brought out on a silver platter. Then there's the address to the haggis, where the reader reads out to a haggis and on cue cuts the haggis case and making sure some of the inside spill out. Although there's been times apparently where there wasn't like a small cut in the haggis casing beforehand, so when the knife went in, bits of haggis flew out and burnt some of the top table guests. But people say that's just part of the fun. The reader then raises the haggis during the final line, Year a Haggis, and everybody cheers and claps and toasts the haggis. So here's the meal, right? The meal would usually consist of a starter, possibly like cock a lakey soup or some sort of like Scotch broth or something. It varies all the time. And then the main would be your haggis, neeps and tatties. Neeps and tatties is swede and potatoes. We say tatties for potatoes or totties, but haggis, neeps and tatties is how it's usually said, and that would be the main meal. And the dessert would possibly be cranachan, which is one of Scotland's most traditional desserts, and it's raspberries, cream, honey, whiskey and oatmeal, or possibly a tipsy laird, which is a whiskey trifle. It varies again. Then there's the first entertainment, which usually consists of a musician or a singer performing some of Burns' songs. After that is the Immortal Memory, which is the longest part and the biggest tribute to Rabbie Burns in the whole thing. And it's all about Burns' life and career and should be original, so it requires like quite a lot of preparation for it, but that is the main tribute to him. The second entertainment's then performed, and after that is Toast to the Lassies, and it's usually a light-hearted speech about women's influence in the world today, and then a woman present on the night would do a reply to the Toast to the Lassies, and that's supposed to be like a sort of revenge to what the guys just said, you know. It's all a bit of fun. So the final entertainment then happens, and then after that there's a vote of thanks from the host, and then after that everybody sings Auld Lang Syne, which is like just brilliant. Everybody links arms and does Auld Lang Syne, and you can see that happening in my Hug My Nae video for New Year, where me and my friends like all did Auld Lang Syne and somebody filmed it. It was good, it was good fun. Right, so I personally haven't ever been to a Burns supper. I've never been to a big event. I don't even know if I've ever celebrated Burns Night in general, because I don't know if it's just where I live or just how I was brought up, I don't know, but I don't really know a lot of people that proper celebrate Burns Night. I know some of my friends and that have like haggis, neeps and tatties for their dinner. I don't. My mum's a veggie and I'm not gonna just buy haggis and make it for myself, so but I know some of my friends like would eat haggis, neeps and tatties, or quite a lot of people I know actually would have like their haggis, neeps and tatties for their main meal, and maybe some families would have some whiskey to celebrate at night or something. But in general, I don't really normally celebrate it, but people do here and there, and I'm thinking maybe next year I should go to some sort of event and film it so you can see what it's actually like. And I know that there's tons of videos on YouTube about what Burns Night's actually like, and you can see the speeches. It sounds like good fun and I would like to go to something like that one day. I just haven't bothered, I just haven't been. If you've ever attended a Burns supper or if you celebrate Burns Night, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll leave all the information down below. So thanks very much for watching and I'll see you later. Bye!